played one round this past week.
Was it a good round?
It was okay. It was me and 2 other buddies, and we had a random.
Wait, who are we presented by? Sorry, what show, what episode, and who are we
This is
presented
the
by?
Double
you're
Bogey
doing the
Show,
intro.
episode 202, and we're presented by Nicolay Law.
Who's Nicolay Law, Trevor?
He's our lawyer. It's Tyler's lawyer, actually.
No, he's our lawyer. We're all on the pod.
Lawyer, yeah. We all got a guy.
What does he do?
He does work-related injuries.
Yeah, personal injury, work-related.
All injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And can you count on 2 hands how many awards he has?
I cannot.
I can't either.
I don't think I can count on both hands and toes.
On 8 hands. The 8 hands that we have in this room.
Damn, dude.
Guys, Nicolay Law, award-winning personal injury lawyer. He's our guy. We keep saying, hey, we got to get Russell on the podcast. Tyler, we got to just call him. Let's just call him.
I actually have a video idea to do with him. The pitch is out, and it does involve calling him.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, well, that's all we need.
Trevor, what about Nicolay should you fear?
The beard.
Yeah,
That's a
fear
good
that
one, too.
beard.
Wolf. So, yeah, guys, if you're driving anywhere in the Midwest, odds are you're going to come across some sort of large billboard with a bald-headed man and an immaculate beard. You know who it is right away. It's Russell Nicolay of Nicolay Law, and he's going to be able to help you out with any personal injury cases that you have to go through.
Want to hear a funny little story really quick? Has nothing to do with golf.
Yeah.
So you've said that before on this podcast. Like if you've seen a billboard with a bald-headed man and a nice beard. My dad listens to the podcast every once in a while, and he just like tuned in on Facebook during the middle of the ad read while you were saying that, and he texted me. He's like, dude, thank you so much for talking about my billboards. My dad's a real estate agent that is shaved bald with a decently nice beard.
Oh, yeah, like a,
also like Russell Nicolay.
like a 7 p.m. shadow.
And he texted me. He's like, hey, thank you for the shout out. I was like, we didn't shout you out. What the hell are you talking about? He's like, I heard Ryan talk about my bald head and my beard on my billboards. I was like, that was not you.
Jason Ziegler, Whitetail Properties.
No plugs.
Oh, if I ever were to buy Huntland, like I would trust your dad.
Yeah, he'd help you out. He's a good agent.
Yeah, for sure. And he's a big time hunter himself. Why can you go wrong there? So Trevor, you were saying.
I went and golfed on Sunday, 2 buddies, and then some random dude that we had 4 initially. The one bailed, and he goes,
when did he bail?
2 hours before.
Oh my God! For like an excusable reason or no?
He was playing later in the day, but just didn't say anything.
That is just one of the most frustrating things to me, dude. I know it's not really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but God, does that piss me off.
Well, and then like it should piss you off because number one, you want to have respect for the course, and if you can call them 24 hours in advance or even like 12 hours in advance and say, hey, we just had a 4th drop off, so there's an open spot available. I'm sure there's a single out there that would love to take that spot.
Yeah, well, it was weird because like I sent a text in our group chat. One person reacted to our message. None of the other 2 even responded.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding
That's
me?
also so frustrating.
I was like, okay, whatever.
You were like, hey, fuck faces. I'm going to cancel the tee time unless you respond.
Reactions are the worst thing.
I was
just
like,
respond. Just say something.
Dude, just say yes or no.
Yes.
That's all I need.
Just put a Y or an N.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's not that hard.
Can you got to be able to just put a poll in a text conversation these days, right?
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
But then you have to download the app. Then you have to create your poll. Then you have to create a name.
I feel like that's something Apple should have had figured out a long time ago, because that would solve all of the golf group chat problems. Is just a simple poll. Can you make it? Yes or no. Just fucking click one. You don't even have to type.
Or like some sort of shared calendar within the text group.
Availability.
And I think we might have talked about this, like one of the app ideas that we had, but like it's got to be in the golf group chat, because if it's outside of that, then there's 2 different spots and people aren't going to look at it as much. Everything has to be centrally located. If there was a calendar that you could just select, like I can golf this day, and you could a month in advance, you could see your buddy get golf 4 times or whatever inside the group chat. That'd be sick.
I'm pretty sure we talked about that in the legendary Tinder for Golfers moment.
Probably.
The app that everybody and their brother was already working on.
Probably. Yep.
Or even if it's like an app where he sees like, okay, Ryan has a tea time at this time, and it's only him, and then like Tyler's like, okay, well, can I invite to join the round? And you can just start joining your friends' rounds.
Yeah, that won't be a bad idea either.
It would take away like, so I have a round, I'm solo. You guys see I have openings. It would take away all of me having to text everybody individually and worrying about. So this actually happened. I'm sorry to cut you off again on your story, but last weekend I told you about that round. I got, and it might be because people don't like me, 14 no's to fill the 4th spot. I think Noah, you're the only one I didn't ask because you were, whatever, you weren't in the office. But I asked Trevor, I asked Ryan, I asked a bunch of my buddies, I asked my dad, my grandpa. Like, I got 14 no's.
Fucking old babysitter from when you were younger. Fucking
Random neighbor down the street.
The
Honestly,
janitor at the middle school in Frazee.
Yeah, and then you guys can tell him about this. I don't care. I just ran into Jade randomly. I'm like, do you want to be my 4th tomorrow morning in like 3 hours?
He's he's always down.
Well, yeah, and he had had back-to-back tea times. He had a tea time at noon that day already, and he's like, yeah, I'll play with you at 7 a.m.
Yep.
And then you just had to book it the fuck out of there.
I actually think he ended up shooting a 76.
He did. He sent me a picture of that.
Yep.
I believe it because he was
Me too.
fucking dialed the first 18 too.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a year ago, I would have been pretty like, okay.
I've golfed with Jade
Right,
when he shot 75 before, and it was legit. He has those rounds where he just something happens. He just really doesn't have anything going on up top. Like I should say on the golf course. He's not
His
like
mind is clear.
Yeah, he's not an overthinker by any means, and that's a huge advantage right there.
Well, yeah, am I just a fucking loser?
No, I think you might have picked the wrong weekend.
Yeah.
It just like
But
happened
how
by
often,
chance.
Just so many people, like, we beg for 7 a.m. tea times. It was a 7:20 tea time, and I got 14 no's.
I could have did a
14
noon.
is a lot.
I was like genuinely getting like sad.
And
I'm like,
honestly,
fuck, dude.
I was on the fence. That day I had to help my parents move, but I was home by myself. Like my wife and kid were at the lake, so it would have been a perfect opportunity. But I always think like if I have a lot of shit to get done on the weekend and I end up golfing in the morning, I'm not as productive in the afternoon with all that stuff.
Yeah, no, would you have said yes?
When did you ask? The day before, or?
Yeah, it was. I started asking Thursday night, and then asked all day Friday, and then finally got Jade Friday night at like 7:30.
You had a wedding that weekend, didn't you?
Did I? Is that why I was?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's.
I think you
that's
might
why
not
I
have.
was.
Yeah, you might not have been in the
I-
office.
I had a wedding that Saturday.
Because
so
I
went-
realized that I didn't ask you, and then I felt bad.
No,
I was
that-
just bitching.
that would have been 15 no's.
Fuck, dude.
If free schedule, sure. I haven't golfed.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Don't
haven't
admit
got
this.
out
We're a
much.
golf podcast.
I know. I just haven't got out as much as I wanted to this year.
That-
So
I asked him Sunday.
okay, he at 3:20, he's like, "Hey, 410 Prairie Wood." Like that's a tight turnaround.
Yeah, that's on you, dude.
My
I know.
buddy,
Which means you were like the 8th ask.
No,
For
5th.
Okay.
I'll take 5th. That's
I do think I am like the 5th or 6th ask with one of my buddies. This is a guy I'll golf with maybe once a year, but I always love getting out with him. He's the same exact way where he'll have like a 4:30 p.m. tee time, and at 3 o'clock he'll be like, "Hey, Meadows at 4:30." It's like, dude,
It doesn't work that way.
I wish
That's
I
me.
wish I could, you know.
I don't even have kids, and that's a tight turnaround for me.
Yeah.
I can just about imagine how much more impossible that is
For sure.
when the little ones come.
I'm already
in the picture.
I'm already in the day. I'm already in a groove, getting shit done.
yeah,
You know?
you're doing something at that time.
Yeah. Trevor.
Tell your
Yes.
story already. Jesus.
So get to the course and it's this random guy like, "Yo, can we play with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." It's 2 buddies are like, "Yeah, you're good." And I'm walking up and I'm like,
Wait, so
Okay.
he came and asked you if he could play with
he
you?
came and asked my 2 buddies. I was still at the putting green. And they
Did you know him?
No, random guy.
So he was a
Interesting.
solo.
He was a
And
solo.
you had
And
a
the
full floor.
clubhouse did not pair him with you.
No, he just pulled up in his car and was like, "Can I join you guys?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "Okay."
I'd have been like, yeah,
Even though
you
we-
could play through us.
I mean, we-
Absolutely. Go ahead first.
Yeah.
Booked 4, and I was like, "Why are we getting cared, but I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care.
Dude, that's like flying standby on a flight. Like that guy just showed up to the course, and he's like, all right, I don't have a tee time, but I'm gonna see if I can secure a cart from the clubhouse. And then every group I see coming onto the putting green that looks like they're about to go out and play, I'm just gonna ask them like, hey, you guys mind if I hop on with you guys? I mean, he's flying standby on the golf course. That's actually kind of
That's an insane move.
it's
Ballsy
an
move.
insane. It is an insane move, 100%. But
do you think
also,
that's
like,
what he actually did, or do you think he was like he had his own solo tee time, and it was like, I would rather hop in early with these guys?
I don't know.
Or he's just
I don't know.
like, he had a solo tee time, and he's just a lonely guy.
Maybe you just saw a very approachable group of 3. And
He just saw a
decided-
really friendly-looking Trevor.
and decided,
Yeah,
you know
no.
what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a couple buddies today.
Probably.
Lifelong friends.
Oh yeah. So we get to the first tee. He's got a speaker in the back, case full of beer, and then I'm like, all right,
Hell yeah.
this guy's gonna be a good time, I guess. And he's like, yeah, I just
Age?
got probably like 50s, 60s.
Oh wow.
Oh, old
okay.
guy.
He's got a granddaughter he was talking about.
Okay.
But get to the first hole, and he goes, yeah, I was just out at the Pine to Palm watching, and I just got back, and I'm like, Jesus, why would you leave to come here to play Prairie? With no offense, but like, why wouldn't you stay there and watch the golf? So whatever, he's just telling these random ass stories, and then he's talking about his granddaughter and like showing us pictures, and I'm like, it's kind of weird.
So you just got paired with this makes total sense now. It's just a happy old grandpa.
oh yeah.
And he's like, I'd love to talk to some whippersnappers during this round.
talking about stories about him going and doing other things. I'm like, honestly, vibe, great guy. It was only like the one weird one thing was like, hey, you want to share a cart? I'm like, because me and my two buddy were walking, and the guy had a push cart, and we're like, no, like we're good. Like it's just not gonna join a random cart guy. Sorry.
So all
too
3
many-
of you were walking?
Yep, us three were walking.
That's
He
a
had a
perfect
cart.
excuse. If you had your own solo cart, it would have been a little more awkward. But yeah, you'd be like, nah, I got to get my fucking steps in, old man.
I was like, dude, I didn't do anything today. I need to walk, so then whatever.
Yeah, perfectly
But-
good excuse.
Great guy. He said he is going to Twin Peaks afterwards. And
Hell
I was
yeah.
like,
He's single for sure.
Dude, this
All
guy,
right.
this is
What
the
do you-
most Jimmy Buffett grandpa that I've heard of
Oh
in a
my
long
God.
time. What was he playing on the speaker? What?
country music.
Yep, feel good country
Uh-huh.
music. Yeah, oh yeah. And he was drinking, what was he drinking? Was it beer?
Bush lights.
Okay, I was going to say he sounds like a Twisted Tea grandpa.
No.
I think the fact that he was talking about, he like was continuously talking about his granddaughter too, probably like it probably means he's divorced, and like that's like his pride and joy is his granddaughter. I don't know, just an observation of mine.
Showed us some photos, and she was in college, and you know,
Really?
it
I was
popped-
gonna ask.
Trying to hook you
It
up with
popped
her?
up in my head to
Maybe.
ask, is she single? But I couldn't say that to a random person. I just met.
You could have done it on 18 or on 9 if it
No.
was Prairiewood.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, so your granddaughter.
She single, or
If I get closest to the pin, will you give me your number?
I would have then.
No.
So I mean,
Honestly,
out of 10, like was it a good?
8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
We'll take that. We'll take 8.5s every day of the week.
And
Oh,
I feel like the 1.5 doc is from just maybe sharing a little bit too much about his family, or
Just like
upon
not
first
really.
interaction.
First like initial vibe, and then like the asking to like join in a car is like, like you gotta know a little boundaries there.
He
No,
was
he was
just
good.
trying to be nice, dude. He could have been an asshole.
That is true. He could have been.
Him asking that was just making him approachable. I'm on this guy's team. I like this dude.
But
I'd
would
never
you
even-
you would have asked a random person to get in your cart?
I would not have, but I'm also not a 65-year-old happy grandpa.
That's fair.
I just think that totally fits the personality. Like, hey, you can ride with me. Why would you fucking walk?
Oh, he's not. The only time his feet are hitting the ground on a golf course is when he's going to hit a shot.
He's the guy that parks as close to his ball as
For
possible.
sure.
It just takes 2 steps.
Yes.
How good of a golfer was he?
Not too good.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Sounds
dude.
right.
This guy's a vibe.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Pine to Palm, I mean the infamous Pine to Palm that we decided to opt out of this year. I'm so glad we did.
Me too.
Did you guys see the disqualification that happened in the championship flight?
No.
So a guy got disqualified after he got disqualified for that round after I want to say 4 or 5 holes. You guys are gonna like this one. The reason that he got disqualified was because his playing partner called him out, brought this to the rules officials' attention that this guy was using some sort of like a modified club or something to do with the club. I can't remember the exact verbiage. And it's because the guy who got DQ'd had one of those stickers that you hit in a simulator
That reads your club face?
that reads your club face on his driver head. He had one at the middle top of his driver head. I'm sure from like a previous session where he was trying to get like his analytics on ball speed, swing speed, whatever. He had one on his driver. His playing partner had brought it up to the rules official, and it technically is a rule that you can't have, like, nothing can be on your club face that would affect the way you hit the ball or something like that.
What a fucking loser.
And so the article was in the newspaper yesterday about this guy getting DQ'd because he was playing really well as a championship flights. And the person from the Pine to Palm that they interviewed was the same guy that banned me for 1 year.
Really?
This motherfucker. So he gets DQ'd for a full round. He then obviously goes to consolation bracket because it's a loss, and then I think he won his next round. So,
wow.
what do you like?
What?
What do you?
How bad was he winning?
It was
the guy that called him out
like
on
not
that?
much. I don't think. I mean, if anything, he may have been up 4 holes, but I don't think he was because they were only on the 4th or 5th hole.
God, dude, why would you do that to someone? That sticker is not improving anything. It is it's smaller than the head of a nail. Like,
for sure.
I played with them on my driver last year.
At the Pine to Palm?
Yeah.
Really?
I never took those fuckers off after lessons with
Hell
Lucas.
yeah.
Nobody cared.
They were on my driver the entire summer, but nobody gave a shit because I hit my driver like twice.
Well, I mean, I switched putters after 9 holes.
Yeah.
Apparently that's illegal too.
We should be DQ'd. I mean, the only reason that guy got called out is because he was probably winning.
Mm-hmm.
And grumpy dude was just like, I got to find an excuse to win this.
I know. I don't. You'll have to go and read the article, but
I get it if it's like a big sticker on there. It's the same thing as using chapstick, right? It's some sort of grippy surface. If it's what I'm thinking it is, those teeny tiny pin drop stickers that are almost reflective.
That's what it was. They refer to it as a reflective, like a reflective sticker.
That doesn't help anything.
I know. I was shocked when I saw the reason that he got DQ'd because I'm curious. It's a tournament we've played in. Some guy gets disqualified, like for what, right? Mm-hmm. It's for the shiny reflective sticker they put on in the simulator to get data.
God, they either need to. I get having to DQ him because rules are rules, but I think this is a chance to take a peek at that rule and maybe amend it to where a sticker has to have a certain surface area or be in a certain part of the club. Because even if he did hit a ball on that sticker, that ball is getting skied.
For sure. Yeah, and they said it was at the top of his driver head.
Yeah, because they put them around the edges so they can tell the angle of the face on the high-speed camera.
Yep. Kind of insanity. And if you're the other guy who brought it up to the rules official, like if you're that worried, like to make it a fair game, like just ask if you can check your opponent's clubs before you start.
Mm-hmm. You know? I think that actually is a great rule. Like if you want to worry about your opponent's clubs, you have to request a check pre-round, and if you check it and sign off, there's nothing you can do to complain from there on out.
Aren't you supposed to check them before the rounds, technically in tournaments?
Yeah. Who's going to do that?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to. You can count them, 14 clubs in the bag.
I also played Pine to Palm with too many clubs.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Because my ball grabber counts, and I kept that in the bag.
There's 2 different sides of tournament golf. There is the hardo, and then there is the absolute casual amateur that's there to. It's like their Super Bowl of the summer to where they can get together with buddies. They can rent an Airbnb on the lake and just have an entire week of playing golf. Mm-hmm. So
sad, dude. The Pine to Palm haunts us still, and I do feel a little bad shitting on it because I really like the people that run it. It's not for us, and the participants. Some of them suck.
They do. There's no skating around that fact.
Yeah, I forget his name. We can run the tape back, but the old guy in my losers bracket, it was the worst. This old guy that I golfed with last year in the losers bracket would have done this in a fucking heartbeat. If he would have noticed that I had the stickers on my driver, he would have called me out in the losers bracket, like bottom tier shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you get to that point.
You have to have no joy left in life, and the
Yeah.
only thing that makes you happy is others suffering.
Or you've always like pursued some sort of power in life, maybe because you had none when you were younger or in your job before you retired, and like that's your one way of displaying like some sort of power and authority. I don't know, but I hope to never get to that point. If I do, I mean, I can, because you guys have so much ammo on me of me like breaking the rule. I mean, we break the rules every single round by taking 2 off the first tee.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and I'm the first one to let someone break the rules.
definitely.
I'll even hint at it, like, why don't you just fucking move that? Why
And
don't you fluff that lie up?
And here's the okay, and this actually got me thinking the other day. We talk about you know, if you shoot a good score, it's like, oh well, did you put everything out? Did you play by the rule? Did you take a breakfast ball? It's like, well, if you shot a 78 and you took a breakfast ball, then it's not a true 78. It's like, okay, well, I could just count that stroke and I could shoot an 80 and whatever that goes towards my handicap. And then it actually just makes my handicap a little bit worse.
And then so when we play one-on-one, I have a bigger advantage.
Exactly. So there's like the sandbagger who is shooting good scores and like just either not reporting them or putting more strokes on. Or there's like in different situations, like, okay, if I shoot an 84, yeah, maybe I shot an 85 because I took the second ball first tee. But that's only hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all these other people that just get so fired up about it. It's like, hey, this is, if anything, this can only drop my handicap if it does anything to it.
See, the thing that I don't understand about people getting pissed off about scores is unless it's like a course record, why does it matter to you what I shot?
That's a great question.
Like, if we're playing for money, totally understand. Like, we're playing with each other. But if Joe Blow gets upset and asks me if I used a breakfast ball on my 83, and then be like, well, then it's not an 83. Like, why does it matter to you?
Exactly.
We don't play together, and it's not like an 83 is a course record or even that good.
Exactly.
It's the same guy who's reporting the sticker.
For sure.
It's a miserable person.
It's unfortunate. I think golf has the most of those people.
Sometimes it overshadows the really good
The
and fun group of the
grandpa.
65-year-old
Yeah.
that Trevor played with. It overshadows them and kind of shines a bad light on golf players as a whole.
Oh, for
Without
sure.
a doubt, I do think it is the sport that has the most of those types of people.
I
At least
would
out
agree.
of the accessible sports. Like, we're not casually playing football, you know?
Yeah, and it's also like one of the only sports. Number one, it's an individual sport. Number two, there's no referee essentially, and there's so many opportunities to break the rules without anybody seeing that it would be like it's almost the only sport of that kind to where you could get away with breaking the rules like so easy. And you guys got to remember this is just a weekend round with our buddies. Hey, if we went out and played pickleball on a Saturday just for fun, and we just implemented this other rule, and it's like, hey, yeah, I won 3-0 against Tyler. It's like, well, yeah, but you did this to win 3.
You
It's
weren't
like,
dinking when you were
who gives a
supposed to be
shit?
donking.
you know. So yeah, golf's a weird sport. Like as much as I love it, it does have some of the worst.
I do
people
think
in
that's
it.
part of the reason I love it, though, is the fucking strife.
Kind of.
It's
It's
like-
actually kind of fun.
It's like, also, it gives us shit to talk about.
Oh, definitely. And being on our side of things is a much better place to be in. Because
yeah.
imagine if we were just getting worked up like, you know, Trevor, you actually shot an 85 when you said you shot 80. Like, imagine
How
getting
miserable we'd be.
Oh my god, I have my own fucking game to worry about. I got to worry about fucking breaking. I haven't broken 90 for the last 2 rounds. It's like I got other shit to worry about other than Trevor fucking shaving 1 or 2 strokes off, you know?
Yeah, and unless we're playing Trevor straight up for money. That's
Yeah.
the only time I give a shit.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that's a notorious cheater, but I just like our whole friend group knows he cheats, and we know he will either drop another ball, hit it, and then play the second ball. But none of us care to even just count his strokes because we're all worried about our own strokes. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
Unless you're playing that buddy for money, why would you care?
Mhm.
He's just gonna be like, "Oh, I beat you today," and you're like, "You sure did, pal."
I'm like,
and
okay,
then
cool.
then it's over.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, there is an interesting.
I think we gotta treat those hard asses like I treat my 4-year-old's artwork. Like, yeah, I shot a 75 with 0 breakfast balls. Like, really good job, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
This
hanging
is
on the fridge.
This is super good. You glued on 2 pieces of paper onto another piece of paper. I'm gonna love this forever.
Yeah. If you're not on our side of the spectrum when it comes to hardo or non,
Trevor's really high on that too.
yeah, we're all on it in some
Insanely.
sort.
That's why it's a spectrum.
You gotta transition over. It is a great spot to be in because you just get to laugh at other people.
Just let go, let golf.
Let go, let golf. That's what it is.
Now I got the Christians coming after me.
I can't remember what I was gonna say. Lost train of thought.
Yeah, I think you have a story for us. I think we'll take a break, and then I'm really excited for this. A new golf lesson, a new golf history lesson.
I'll give you a new golf history lesson if you guys want it.
I want it.
I'm
Ryan.
full of it.
Sure.
But if you took that off Facebook, so how do you even know that's true?
Actually, I think I heard that this is.
Facebook has
then. You can't tell me what was right or wrong.
Facebook has fact checkers. Everything on there is true.
Oh.
You guys didn't know that? You can't post something on Facebook unless it's true. That's the rules.
You also you can't post anything golf related on social media in general without somebody thinking that they know what the correct answer actually is.
Well, yeah, because we only post things that are wrong.
That's the best though.
Yeah.
After we post something that's here's a good example. We posted a meme video last week of Denzel Washington being like, what was he saying?
The caption was,
when your buddy doesn't give you a 6-foot gimme.
yeah, which is clearly, I thought clearly sarcastic.
For
And
sure.
then it's Denzel being like, all right, I see how it is, motherfucker. And it's like a joke. Like you don't expect to get 6-foot gimmies.
Yeah.
And someone's like, why the fuck would you get 6-foot gimmies? 6-foot gimme is insane. Like, that's the point.
Put everything out.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, hey, you guys just gotta relax
I
a
mean-
little bit. We're doing this to get you fired up. If you're dumb enough to not see that, then I mean, we gotta have a reality check.
You
with
took
you.
the bait, dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You're
just-
the idiot, not us.
You guys, if I, let's say Trevor laid down on the green with his foot in the center of the hole, you put a ball at the tip of his, that's a long putt. I'm not letting anybody have a gimme at 6 feet unless you're a new golfer, unless I can tell you're struggling on the greens.
I'm
I might
only
just
giving
give it
you
to
a gimme. I don't care how new you are. If I'm only giving you a 6-foot gimme if you're on like stroke 12.
For sure. If you don't realize that that's sarcasm, then we gotta have a chat.
No, I love it though. Those ones.
I do too.
I hate
do
when
too.
people actually attack my personal opinions, but when they attack that shit, it's hilarious.
Definitely.
It's like you're dumb. It's the problem, and it's
Yeah.
funny.
All right, let's take a break.
Big news in the Tyler camp. I got new clubs. Very excited.
Big news in the Ryan camp. Got new clubs as well.
Ryan got new clubs. Trevor, did you get new clubs?
I did not.
Noah, new clubs for you?
No.
Oh, that sucks, guys.
Yeah.
Damn.
But what comes with getting new clubs is selling your old clubs. And you guys can tell me if I'm crazy or not for this deal, but I sold my old clubs and I traded them for a brand new PS5, college football 25, two sets of controllers and a headset, and $200 for the full bag.
Now, as someone who is avidly obsessed with college football 25, that is a fine deal.
Thank you. I feel like it's a good deal.
Where did the $200 come from? And like,
Because-
why not 300 or 150?
Well,
1,000.
Yeah.
It came with, so I gave them to, I would say a friend. We're definitely not good friends, but a friend. So like I didn't want to like haggle with him to get the most money possible, but I knew just the PS5 was a really bad deal for me.
For
And
sure.
so it's like, well, there's got to be some cash thrown on top.
Yeah.
And he just offered up $200, and I was like, sure. Because ultimately it was like just over like $1,000-ish worth of value.
Yeah.
And originally I was going to sell them to him for $1,200. And then if he would have offered me $1,000, I would have taken it anyway.
Yeah.
Just because it's
Yep.
a good guy discount.
Yep.
So I think I think it was a good deal. I have got a lot of hours into college football already.
Hell yeah.
The PlayStation 5 comes with this weird robot game that my kids think is the coolest fucking thing they've ever seen. So that's already worth its weight in gold.
Even better.
More entertaining to them than Paw Patrol. But the big thing is, one thing I've never done with part of this deal is I had to clean my old clubs up. They have a summer and a half worth of wear and tear and just dirt built into those bastards. So I fill up my bathtub at home. I get the old scrub brush out, and I gave my clubs a bath. And that water was fucking disgusting, dude.
Interesting.
It is amazing, the grime. And also, I found out that I maybe have hit my 5-iron like twice ever. Not a scuff on that fucking thing. And my 7-iron looks like it was served in World War II.
This is even pushing it, but if I'm going to wash, and I used to have one of those magnetic brushes.
Yeah, that's what I used. I used my, I can't remember the name of the brand, but
Groove
it's got
It.
a Groove It brush.
Groove
Yep.
It brush, yep.
I just brought that in the bathtub, and then I used dish soap. I didn't know what to use for soap. I feel like there's probably a golf hardo out there. It's like, you can't use that because it corrodes the fucking carbon.
I'm sure.
It's like, I don't know. The clubs are clean now. But yeah, it was insane. Like, even the clubs that looked cleaner than the rest, you'd set them in the water, give it one scrub, and then just a cloud of dirt would come in that spot of water. So like,
Yeah.
maybe if also another thing that surprised the shit out of me, my grips were filthy.
Oh yeah.
And I just like lightly scrub because I didn't want to like rub the grip, like make it less grippy.
Yep.
So I didn't scrub it very hard. I just like lightly did it in the water over the grip, and that just had a bunch of dirt and grime come out of it too.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think of like, I'm the type of guy where like my pointer on my right hand, my pointer finger, my thumb at the end of the round are always so dirty because I'll like if I get dirt on my club, I'll just take my thumb and swipe across it
Yep.
and then like try and like wipe it off with my pointer finger. I only clean my clubs once a summer. And
Really,
not even,
this is the first time I've ever like thoroughly cleaned them and not in one of those things on the tee box.
yeah, it's for me. It's always before the first round of the year. I
So
don't
you
know.
let them cake all winter long in the garage.
Well, like with the like simulator turf, you get that like green dust on there. Yeah, so before the first round of the year, I'll clean them up. I didn't even do that this year. So I don't know. I maybe got to treat them a little bit better. I maybe got to run them through the tub, run them through the scrubber, and for if everybody out there has that one scrub brush, like underneath their sink or in their bathroom or something that really only gets used to scrub something like once a year. So it's kind of got like some black.
It used to be
moldy
like
shit on
steel
it.
wool was
Yeah.
the thing, but now it's like it's a knockoff Scrub Daddy that sits under your sink forever, and it's
100%.
hard as a fucking rock.
It's a good feeling though. It's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
feeling. However, then like your wife comes in and sees you doing that, and she's like, "Well, you know, it'd be great if you could like clean the bathroom the way you clean your clubs, or like clean the sink like you clean your clubs." Or
Got a
anything
pile
like
of
that.
dishes in the dishwater in the
Pile of
sink right now.
dishes.
See, my wife, she came in and raised an eyebrow at me, but she couldn't say anything because I am dish boy. I do wash the dishes. That's like my thing because she doesn't do it right, so I have to do it. So she couldn't say shit, but I did think it was funny. Like a lot of wives are like, I wish you would wash the dishes more. I wish you would organize more. And I'm in the bathroom washing my clubs and organizing them all nicely in the bag for this person I'm going to sell them to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to present them with something that looks good. Hey, this is worth your money, right?
Right, like the deal had already happened. The deal was done. I was delivering him the clubs tomorrow. I'm like, just the Midwest in me is like, I have to make these nice for him.
Yeah. The one thing that my wife kind of side eyes me for, like outside of the golf course, is apparently my bag, like my golf bag, is just never in the correct place in the garage. It could be like stuffed in a corner, and there's maybe one thing behind it that, you know, she hasn't gotten to for like 18 months.
Mhm.
But when she does, it's like, hey, can we?
It just
can you put this-
happens to be behind your golf bag
Yeah.
this one time she needs it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can we find somewhere else to put your golf bag or anything like that?
You just got to ask her, like, all right, I will put this bag wherever you want me to. You just tell me where to put it. Where's the best spot for you?
And then it would what she would do is she would tell me to put it somewhere where it impedes on my stuff.
No, I just be like, hey, I will put it wherever you want me to. And then if it impedes on your stuff, move your other stuff somewhere else.
What if she's like,
and then
hey,
that's in the way.
can you put these on the street curb and put a sign in front of them that says free?
I'll pick them up for you. And I'll hold them for you.
Okay,
You
perfect.
could be like, yeah, honey, I'll do that. And
Yeah.
then you just text me, and then I'll help you.
I don't know how this worked its way back into the garage, but here they are.
What the heck? Whoever took the free clubs, return them.
Yeah. Another thing that she side-eyes me about is something that a lot of people get. This is a big-time freebie in the golf world, like company events or tournaments or whatever. Golf towels.
Oh, dude. Do you have a shop or any sort of like workbench at your house?
I don't know.
Extra. I have the same problem. We get a billion golf towels because of our job. They are the best shop towels.
Oh yeah. No,
Like-
they're kind of microfiber. Like some of them are microfiber, but the other ones are. It's like the mix between a microfiber and a regular towel.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, anyone that is in any sort of workshopping mode, woodworking, engine work, whatever, and you also like to golf, save those golf towels because they're great. The little rivet and the hanger thing.
Yep.
Pegboard, you can hang them wherever you want. They're good towels. It's not an old T-shirt, and you're not wasting this thing.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't want to throw them away because I know they'll go to use at some point. So I always end up hooking them onto her bag.
So she's got like 6.
The one time she gets out, she's got like 6 towels on her bag. And then just like on top of that, if there's like some balls I don't want to throw them away. If there's like, I don't know, let's say I get like a new driver head cover. All of the stuff that I no longer need usually goes somewhere onto her bag.
Oh, it's the little brother bag
Yeah,
effect.
so
like
she-
it's hand-me-down stuff.
100%. So it's like when she gets out golfing, she's like, "What? Like, why is all this? Why are you putting towels?" It's this whole mess of like, hey, I don't really want to throw it away, and I know you only golf a couple times a year, so let's just bear through it so we can save it for another summer.
Yeah, one golf thing that definitely annoys my wife is me not emptying my pockets after a round. There are tees everywhere in my house. There are golf balls everywhere in my house. She is constantly picking them up, telling me to put them back in my bag.
Yep.
And they all end up in the junk drawer because she picks them
Yep.
up and she just doesn't know what to do with them. So she tosses them in the junk drawer. And then my kids now know if they want a golf ball to play with to go to the junk drawer, and there
Yep.
will be one in there. But the thing that pisses her off the most is when I put them in like the side compartment in my door on my car or in the trunk. And when we're driving around, you hit the brakes and all the
Yep.
balls roll forward. You hit the gas, all the balls roll backwards. You go left, you go right. And it's just a constant ASMR of golf balls bouncing around my car.
For sure.
Yeah, and I get that. It bugs me too, but it's my problem, so it bugs me less.
Yeah, you get over it quick. Yeah, I'll have like at the end of the round if I have like a ball or two in my pocket, a couple of freebies I found in the woods or something, and I'm driving, I'm like, oh, I better take these out of my pocket before I forget. I'll just like throw them in the back seat. Yeah, I'll take those out with my clubs when I get home. By that time, they've rolled underneath of my seat, or they've rolled over into the passenger back seat underneath who knows what. So yeah, those probably aren't coming out for another like 3 or 4 months.
For sure.
Until I vacuum my truck.
Yeah, yep.
Then it's like, oh, fucking Callaway Chrome Soft underneath my shit. This is fucking sweet. There's like an old McDonald's French fry. There's like 3 or 4 sunflower seeds that Lord knows how they got there. I have no idea. Yeah, there's just all types of shit. What about you guys? Anything off the golf course that pisses your wife off?
I definitely catch some flack from my fiance when I do my air practice swings.
Or the dry cuts.
Right.
Okay,
In front of a mirror usually? Or
Question
just-
before you get into this. How often are you just dry swinging?
Honestly,
And be honest.
It's not that much. It's probably maybe 2 or 3 times a day. But when
In front of her or in general?
in general, I don't just walk in front of her and do it. I will just like randomly catch myself and be like, like you run through the checklist in your head, like keep your feet planted. You know, this is my grip here, and
shift the weight.
Right.
Back to the right, back to the left.
And it's always like it's never full speed. It's always nice and slow
It's
when you
feel.
don't have you don't have the club in your hand. And I remember I was doing this for years, and recently she told me that gives her the ick. So
okay.
So your fiance, I want you to, while she's walking down the aisle, staring at you, just get one in, just one swing in.
she might turn around.
How much?
Yeah,
much
yeah.
for you to
What
do
will it
it?
take?
What's the price?
Oh man,
I'll be there to record this too.
Well, the camera is facing her as she's walking down the aisle, so it's not like they're gonna catch you on. It's not gonna ruin the
Trevor will catch
wedding
it.
video
Oh, yeah.
or anything like that.
yeah. I think another thing that probably pisses her off about it is, so with me, whenever I'm doing anything that takes any sort of coordination, I make the dumbest fucking faces, tongue out.
Concentration
I think
face.
Trevor can vouch for it because he's seen it for sure. Tongue out, like mouth open, and she hates that more than anything too.
She
She's
should
like,
think
You're making
that's
the face
cute."
again. You're making the face again.
I think she likes that actually.
Yeah, she's giving you a hard time. She likes that face.
Maybe she does. Maybe I should do it more.
Yeah, just do it so often that your face gets stuck that way.
Oh god.
Tell my kids that.
Yeah. Another thing that pisses my wife off is like if we're gonna go out somewhere and I come out of the room dressed as a golfer, which naturally, I mean, that's just naturally how it comes about. I mean, I have like all these polos and these shorts.
Nice
like,
shorts, nice polo.
yeah, the shorts are versatile. You could wear them on a Saturday morning, or you could wear them, you know, like just chilling at home, or you could wear them Saturday morning at the golf course. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you. Honest to God, there's such a huge difference. I could wear the same pair of shorts and the same polo to the golf course, and then wear that same outfit to church if I just don't wear a hat and
Correct.
different shoes. It is such a different vibe.
Yeah. I'll come out of the bedroom and she's like,
but
are you going to a tea time right now, or are we going out for like a nice Friday evening
I'll be
supper?
like, I look good.
It depends on the polo though. Are you wearing some like?
Yeah, you can't
Out-
wear a
out
crazy
there
graphic
one.
It's not
one.
like a Bad Birdie polo or anything. It's either like a, I don't know, Nike or Adidas, like pretty modest, you know?
Like a pretty straightforward, just one color
Yeah.
and little symbol. Or,
Yeah, there may be like I have like a navy digicamo.
I know which one you're talking about.
The Adidas. It's a great,
I wore
great polo.
I have that exact same one, and I wore it to my groom supper.
Yeah. It's like, hey, what? I mean, I'm trying to get my money's worth out of this stuff.
No.
It ain't cheap, you know. So yeah, there's we're working on it. You know, hey, it's gonna be okay.
What about you, single, so alone, womanless, romanceless, Trevor?
I got nothing. I can do whatever I want. I got nobody to make fun of me or
Nobody to shit
No,
on
I'm-
the ugly polo you put on. Nobody to.
Whoa, ugly polo.
He's got us to do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll-
yeah.
we'll
It's
shit
just
on
my
it.
buddies that just harass me.
Trevor,
Yeah.
I'm just giving you what happens to me, man.
He's projecting.
There's
Yeah.
for sure.
It's okay.
No,
projecting.
I'll tell you
I
right
know
now.
you're
I'm-
unhappy about your situation, but it's okay.
Oh no, I'm happy. Just don't shit on my polo, you know.
Trevor-
Going out feeling good, and it's like, are you wearing that polo out?
We
I do that to my roommate all the time.
Yeah, I bet you
That's
do.
what you're gonna
I
wear.
am the, are we wearing this out today? He goes, yeah, is that okay? I go, I don't know. Are you fucking kidding
You
me?
ever want to make someone feel like shit? Just do that.
Oh, I
make
know.
them question everything.
It's so fun.
or
You
just
know-
like, you look tired today.
I don't do that.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Oh,
like-
well, I actually got a great night of sleep, and it felt the best I have in weeks.
Yeah.
But glad I look like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just the bags under my eyes are they're just permanent from the last 2 years of having a child. It's like, you know, it is what it is. You guys, to sum that up, we just take our wins where we can, and we just take the losses on the chin. You
Just
know?
don't get married.
And just keep. Marriage is great.
Trevor, you're like I think I posted a meme
Joint
about
bank
this
account,
way back
Trevor.
in the day. You're like the clip from Billy Madison to the third grader. Stay here as long as you can.
As long as you can.
For the love of God.
Yeah. Just take the wins where you can. You know.
Ryan, you got time for that history lesson, or do you got to bounce,
Yeah,
my
let's
guy?
take a quick trip. 400 years ago, down memory lane. Thinking the other day, again, big history guy, went to school, secondary education for half of a semester my freshman year.
Oh yeah.
Decided I didn't want to be a teacher. Great decision by me.
Yes, it was.
However, you get summers off. You could golf every fucking day if you wanted to.
Well, basically only get July off. They have teacher workshops.
That is true. Where the fuck did the word golf come from?
Okay.
It's just it is a very odd word because like basketball, you have a ball that you shoot into a basket.
Baseball there's a ball and you run the bases.
Correct. Football, like there is a ball that you kick with. It's not the primary point of the game, but
The original football.
the original football, soccer. Yes, same thing. But golf is one of like, derived in Scotland. It's got to be some sort of Scottish word.
It sounds like a Scottish curse. Golf. It's like Nordic.
It's kind of sounding like
I've seen that thing that says golf stands for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, and not for a single second do I believe that.
Yeah. So this is the origin of the word golf. The word golf is not an acronym for anything. Rather, it derives linguistically from the Dutch word kolf or kolv.
How do you spell that?
KOLF or KOLVE, meaning quite simply club. Now, it did mention that it does not mean, it's not an acronym for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden.
I knew it. I absolutely knew it.
That's kind of...
Some people are fully on board with that, though.
That is what the game... Like, that's how the game worked, though, way back in the day, is it not?
Yeah, it was a gentleman's only club, but there was just no way they're, like, naming it after that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, guys, golf's becoming really widespread. We have to... it is still a gentleman's sport, but... how about we just transition this name over to the strip club? And we'll call that a gentleman's club. So
the ladies are not forbidden there.
No.
Encouraged, really.
In the Scottish dialect of the late 14th or early 15th century, the Dutch term became golf, G-O-F-F, or gauff, G-O-U-F-F, and only later in the 16th century had it become golf, G-O-L-F.
And that's just because of linguistic trends and tendencies that it just slowly morphed?
Exactly.
Okay, so does golf, the word, still mean club in its true origin?
Yes. Some scholars suggest that the Dutch game of kolf, played with a stick and ball on frozen canals in the wintertime, was brought by the Dutch sailors to the east coast of Scotland, where it was transferred on to the public links lands and eventually became the game we know today.
Okay, so with all that information, it's a good history lesson. Less exciting than I was anticipating.
Very less exciting.
But the best thing about this, if golf means club, that means I'm swinging my club every single time I swing. I'm a member at a club.
Or what you could do is you could tell your significant other that you're going golfing. And it's like, honey, it's 11 p.m. at night. There's no lighted golf course around there. When actually you're just going clubbing.
Yeah. I'm going golfing. Golfing.
That's actually a great way to... I mean, she's going to figure it out eventually. I didn't know that it costs $1,500 to play this course at 11 p.m. on a Saturday.
Let's be real, Ryan. We're not going clubbing.
But... Guys like Trevor, fresh into a relationship. Hey, still hanging out with the old crew, not fully in the honeymoon stage yet, or maybe just leaving the honeymoon stage. It's like, hey, let's go hit the bottle service. We're just going golfing. That's it. I'm going to the club. So it really isn't as exciting as.
I am glad to clear up the gentlemen only, ladies forbidden rumor, though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. The acronym is there.
Yeah.
But yes, it's definitely not like where the origin of it.
Yeah. Not for a second did I believe that. You can't get me, internet.
No.
That one wasn't posted on Facebook where everything's true.
Yeah, I understand how people think of that, and because it was a gentleman's sport and like ladies forbidden, and people of other races were not allowed to play. They more so were probably the caddies on the course. Like Augusta is what people don't know about Augusta is like that's where
it's extremely segregated for years.
Correct. Yes.
There's a movie I started with Dennis Quaid. I think it's called The Long Game.
New
It's
golf
like-
movie, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of touches on that. It's like a bunch of Hispanic caddies become really good golfers.
I watched that.
Interesting.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm like 5 minutes in and my kids interrupted it.
It's really good. I'd watch it.
Cool.
What platform is it on?
Netflix.
We used to do movie reviews in this pod. Maybe we'll bring one back for The Long Game.
Just cancel my Netflix.
You can borrow mine for a day.
I'll probably
No,
sign
you
up again next month.
Ryan, you want to come over? We can watch Long Game and
Sure.
take care of my kids.
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
You may get 14 no's before you get a yes, but it
It's
only takes
like-
one.
That 15th guy could be the one.
Yeah, hey man, I don't really want to come over your like I'm 31. I don't really want to come over your house, but like we can go play.
Do you want to go to a neutral spot and watch The Long Game?
All right, that's this week's golf history lesson. We've covered damn near everything.
Yeah, if you have any requests that you would like us to clear up, shoot us a DM. Give us a prompt to history to do some research on.
Yeah, like hey, why do they use Bermuda grass on the fairways or fuck? I don't know.
Yeah, we'd probably have to get an expert in on that one. I don't know. I don't know my grass.
Well, the
types.
expert is called the internet.
True. As long as it's on Facebook, it's true.
Correct. Guys, that's all we got for this week. I'm kind of I'm in a position right now where it's like it's kind of it's the downtime of summer for me when it comes to golf. Played a lot spring and early summer. Little bit of that burnout sets in, and then now things will start ramping up here in a couple weeks.
There are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Ryan telling a story after saying that's it for the pod today.
Yep.
Well, hey, when I know I'm short on time, I know things are wrapping up. I'm like, fuck, I gotta
every
get this in
episode
quick.
he's like, that's it for this episode. My dog the other day.
My dog did chew up a really nice golf ball, and
Oh.
I had to. I mean, it's hers now, so whatever. That is all we have for this week. We'll see you guys next week in episode 203. Love you all.
Love you.
Love you.
Peace.